What's up, guys? Welcome back to another video. It may look a little bit different because I'm on my iPhone. I just thought about making a video and my camera's dead, so I'm gonna use my phone. The title of this video is why I decided to sell my 335i or something like that. Not exactly sure, but I'm gonna go drive to a local spot close to me at Crystal Cove, and then I'll walk around the car and kind of explain all my reasoning behind why I'm getting rid of this car, and I'll probably give you a really good hint as to what I'm getting next. So let's go cruise over there and then we'll get the video started. So as you can see, we just made it to the spot. I cleaned this thing up yesterday because someone actually looked at it, potential buyer. So yeah, it's like sparkling in the sun, especially these wheels. Damn, you can barely even look at them. Fucking blinding. Even the carbon fiber, damn. Even though I'm selling it, definitely looks good, drives good. Everything is great about it. The main reason I'm selling it is because I've kind of had my fun with the car. Sorry if the cars in the background are kind of loud. I'm right next to a busy road. But yeah, the car has been amazing to me. I've done a lot of maintenance and upgrades on it, but that's kind of to be expected with an M54. I knew that getting into the car, so I paid a lot of money to keep it running healthy, but it's been worth it. The next step would be to do upgraded turbos and start running a little bit of E85. But that's quite a big jump. You know, it'd be another couple of $1,000s, probably around $5,000 to do it correctly with like, you know, a catch can and all that other stuff that's kind of needed on upgraded turbo cars. So I haven't been really into spending even more money on this because the speed is nice and everything, but the main thing that's kind of holding me back is the handling capabilities. So it's still kind of a big car, it's a long car, even though it is like technically a smaller BMW coupe compared to like maybe like the 8 Series or something, but it definitely doesn't feel very nimble. Maybe like a 1 Series or older generation 3 Series would feel. So one of the main things I want with my new car that I'm going to be getting is better handling. So it is going to be another BMW, that's one hint, and it will have better handling from factory. Yeah, I just don't think this car is capable of being like more of a track focused or canyon focused car. I have done a little, I've done a little bit of canyons in this, but it just doesn't feel perfect. You know, I don't have the best coilovers for canyon runs and stuff like that. With all that being said, I definitely have had a lot of fun with this car, regardless of the fact that I'm selling it. So another huge aspect to consider, or at least what I consider when trying to decide to sell this car or not, is the fact that these are depreciating. This is just a base model 335. It's not the IS. You know, it's not any special model like maybe obviously the 1M is holding its value like crazy, but yeah. So it's just a base model 3 Series, essentially. Even though it has a bunch of mods on it and stuff, this car, as I put miles on it, is going to continue to go down, and pretty quickly, especially since I'm kind of creeping up on 90,000 miles. Anything after that fact, more stuff starts to go wrong, and the value just kind of tanks. That is another big reason I want to get out of this car right now. I want to get into a car that is going to hold value better. If that gives you any more hints as to what I'm getting next. So this car is just simply not that. So I think I've gone over this before in a different video, but I paid $92.50 for this car, and I've put close to $10,000 in upgrades and maintenance into this car, which is kind of crazy to think about, but it really gets away from you when you just, you know, spend a little bit of each paycheck on upgrades. So essentially I have close to 20 grand into this car. Keep in mind some of the parts like wheels and coilovers, actually, quite a lot of pieces on this car are sponsored. So I'm talking about the value of the parts that I put on it, not necessarily what I've paid. But it's about $20,000 when you look into it. If I kept driving it, the value would go down more and more. Right now I have it for sale for $15,000. So I won't be losing too much money on the car. You know, I've put 15,000 miles on it. I think 15,000 is fair, and I have people that are interested with that price range. I think this is a good time to get out of it and get into something new that will hold more value and not depreciate quickly like this one has. I kind of like filming on this phone. It's like a lot easier. It doesn't look as weird because I'm not holding a giant camera in front of my face. And I don't have to focus or anything. It's pretty nice. I might do this more often if the quality is not too bad. So those are my main reasons for getting rid of this car. And it's still not sold, and I'll probably post this and it'll still not be sold. So if you watch my videos and you haven't seen it on my Instagram, this car is for sale. Definitely hit me up on Instagram. My Instagram will be right here. And let me know if you want this car, if you're interested. I'm in Orange County, and you can find more of the details just by DMing me. Another reason I'm selling this car is because I just want to try different things. So most of you guys know I came from a Civic before this. It was a 1995, which is a good car, but just very, very slow. And yeah, I wasn't too proud of that thing, so I kind of just like beat the shit out of it. But this car was my first car that I'm really proud of. I've built it out, spent a lot of my own money on it. It's gotten to the point where I don't see myself being super satisfied by spending more and more money on it. So that's why I want to try a different platform. Because when I first got into these cars, I was super excited, and it just made me like even built like thinking of different parts to put on it and doing the research at night, like on what parts are best for the car. It made me really excited before I even had the car. Even when I first got the car, I was like super stoked to research different parts and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this when I have the money for it. I don't know the best way to explain it, but that kind of like excitement has gone a little bit. I think I've realized with cars I get pretty bored pretty easily, because I was doing like a mod every 2 weeks on this thing. So I'm like constantly changing it to make it like more perfect. Because initially I had this goal of making this car, you know, like look really good, perform really good. And I think I've got most of the way there, but I just don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it. So yeah, that's another huge reason. I just kind of lost the excitement for this car, even though I do love it and it's been a blast to own. One thing about the new car is that I'm not really going to be paying any money to swap into that. So I'm not trading. Obviously I'm selling my car and then I'll be buying a different car, but it's going to be about $15,000, which is what I should get for this car. So it's not really a big risk or anything moving into something different, especially since the other car holds value much better than this one. There's really no risk involved, which is why I really want to make this move and keep changing it up, because you know that's what life's about. You got to keep changing it up, keep things interesting, keep things exciting. I've been considering getting a different car for quite a while now, and I've actually been searching for like the past couple months. But like with this car, it took me like 6 months to find, and I still haven't found like the perfect M3. I am looking at one next weekend, so that could be potential, but I'm trying to get things rolling because I think someone wants to buy my car like pretty quickly here in the next week. So I'm trying to find the perfect candidate for my next car. Just like with this car, I have to make sure that it's like mechanically sound, the paint is good, it wasn't beaten or anything like that. So, and that's rare now when you're looking at, you know, these performance BMWs. I'm definitely being cautious about what car I'm getting into next, because I would hate to get into something different and have it be super unreliable while I made this car super reliable. That would just be pretty dumb. So those are my reasons. I think they're all pretty understandable and they definitely make sense to me. I've thought a lot about this move, and I'm definitely excited to get into something different, just to change it up a bit. Let me know what you think of this move. Try to guess in the comments what you think I'm getting next. I probably won't reveal if anyone gets it right, but I guarantee one of you will guess it at least. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.